Hi, my name is Molly Kennedy, and you may know me, you may not. Quick introduction. I've been working with teens and young adults for the past 20 years on developing resiliency, and I'm currently a youth speaker and author. I was a teacher and coach for 11 years, and then before that I was an athletic trainer taking care of high school athletes in their injuries. So just a little context, I've been working with teens and young adults for 20 years, and I believe right now, for you as a student, I would love to have the opportunity to help you develop your resiliency skills, especially during this time of the coronavirus. Now, normally when I do videos, I don't really post the date because you want them to kind of live online for a while and on my YouTube channel. But because things are so rapidly moving, I will share the date. It's St. Patrick's Day around noonish Eastern Standard Time in the US. So in case information changes by the time you watch this, just know that just want to give you a time frame. So here's the deal with this video. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I ask you to stick with me, or if you have to leave and come back, because what I promise you is this. I will not waste your time. I will make sure you have value in this video so you can navigate this time in the best way that you can and develop and build up your resiliency skills. I don't talk to teens and young adults with fluff. I don't do rainbows and kittens. I keep it real. So just know that is my promise to you. So let's go. Wherever you're watching from, you might be middle school, high school, college, grad school, and beyond. The thing with resiliency, first of all, what is resiliency? Well, resiliency, really to keep it kind of simple, it's about like your bounce back factor, or it's about how to get up after life has knocked you down. And right now, wherever you are, whatever your current situation is, everybody's been knocked down in some way. Some very, very intensely, some less so, and everywhere on that spectrum. So the whole point of this is, how do we deal with the current situation, and how do we get back up physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so we can still be productive in this time, be calm and control in this time, to prepare you for whatever your next challenge is. Fingers crossed, not the next global pandemic, but for whatever your next challenge is, you're going to be able to use this current time as experience to help not only build your character, but reveal it, so you are prepared for whatever your next challenge is. And then you start stacking those successes. I overcame that challenge, I overcame that challenge, I overcame that challenge. That's an important lesson. I would also challenge you, or not even challenge, I guess, but really invite you to consider this. And this might seem weird to you if you don't follow me, or if you're not big on resilience, or you're not really sure what it is. I would invite you to consider this. The challenge, the struggle, the problem, the difficulty in any context, not just the current situation we're in now, but in any context, that is the gift. The struggle is the gift. I'm not saying you skip around and cheer that we have this thing going on right now. But what I'm saying is this. You're going to hear me talk about 4 words in this video. You're going to hear me talk about perspective, control, adapting, and creativity. Perspective, control, adapting, and creativity. These are 4 things that resilient people and leaders do. So you might be a leader in your household, on your team, even though you're not playing sports right now, in your community, even though we're not out and about because we're social distancing ourselves. You can still be a leader because we have the fortunate, I'm recording this on my phone. And you are young, where this is your world. The virtual world is big for you. So you can use this to your advantage to still be a leader within your community, your family, your team, your school, whatever, virtually. So first thing is this: perspective. So your perspective, I also call it your paradigm, and I like to give things nicknames. So your paradigm, which is your perspective, is how you choose to see things. You can choose to see doom and gloom, or you can choose to see, how will I use this time now that I'm forced to slow down? And your paradigm sounds like a pair of dimes, which is equal to 20 cents. So I call it 20 cents. So if you hear me saying you're 20 cent, or really what you'll hear me say, which is what my shirt says, it says flip your 20. Flip your 20 is my way, fun way, silly way, easy way of saying paradigm shift, right? Doom and gloom, your perspective, your 20 cents doom and gloom. Flip your 20, how can I be productive in this moment? What am I in control of? So flip your 20 is seeing a more productive way of things in this moment, and every moment, every day, every decision, no matter the situation. So what is your perspective right now? If you're watching too much news, that's going to skew your perspective, and everything's going to seem like it's the end of the world and the zombie apocalypse. It's not. And what's important about that, yes, you got to be informed. Listen to doctors, listen to scientists. You have to be informed. But that knowledge is to help us just understand what's happening so we don't go down the rabbit hole of panic. And what's important about that too is the reason we're doing the social distancing, the reason everything's kind of shutting down right now, it's not because, it's not because if you get it, you're going to die immediately and the world just will blow up. That's not it. If that's what you think, let's flip your 20 and say the reason we're doing this, and I hope you've heard this by now, is to flatten that curve. So when people do get sick, and people will, when they do get sick and they need medical help, there is enough space in the hospitals to treat them. It's not because everybody's just running around like we're going to die. It's not it. It's to make sure the people that need the help are doing it. So we're taking all these significant precautions in the hope to flatten that curve so it doesn't keep going on and on and on. That changes your perspective right away. Instead of freaking out, oh, it's to make sure people who are older or who have immune systems compromised, and even now, healthy people are getting it. I'm 45. I could get it. I could get sick from it. But it's a different perspective to go, oh, we're doing it out of precautionary purposes, right? That alone makes you go, oh, okay. Okay. It's to make sure that people who need the help get it. That's a flip your 20. So your perspective matters. And also, the other thing right now to help build resilience, and what resilient people do, is they're very, very aware of what they can control. This is big. What can you control right now? What can I control right now? Whether it's in your household, if it's with your work you have to do for school, how you're going to handle the cancellations of prom and sports and things like that. What can you control? And I want to share with you, again, if you're not familiar with me, I'm on Instagram at flipyour20_, flipyour2020_. And I asked a bunch of students when they're talking about resilience, what do you want to learn or know about how to get through this time? And they gave me a ton of answers. So I just want to take a moment to read some of them to see which ones you can relate to. So a couple of things that students have said is how to not go crazy for a couple of weeks at home while we're out of school, how to keep up with schoolwork, is it still okay to exercise outside, how to stay motivated, how to help yourself with depression when your parents can't help you and no one else knows that you are depressed, how to help friends with tough times, depression, suicidal thoughts, how to stay in close quarters with family and not get frustrated, how do we deal with the missing sports, plays, prom, graduation, how to stay optimistic and lower stress levels, how to let go of the past and what we can't do anymore and focus on the now and the future. And with the online class thing, like, if I'm not great with online stuff, am I going to automatically fail? How will the grading work? SATs. So I'm sure you can relate to some of those. So let me address these. Again, it's all about perspective and what you can control. So if things, like especially for the seniors, high school seniors, college seniors, some of these things that are canceled that you won't be able to get this time back, my heart goes out to you. As an athlete, I get it. Like I would be very, very sad. As a former teacher, I loved going to the to the spring musical and watching my students flourish on stage. Oh, I'd get like goosebumps thinking about it. It was so cool seeing them do something other than like sit in a classroom. So my heart goes out to you because I know it's hard. And this comes back to the opportunity and the perspective and the gift that this is giving us right now. We have all been given the gift of time, something we cannot get back. So please have all the emotions you have with all of these challenges that I read and the ones you're going through. Have the emotions you're going to have. It is healthy. It is normal. Look, I cried a little bit yesterday. I was missing my grandpa, who's always a sense of calm. He passed away almost 4 years ago, and it just hit me. And I just sat there and cried. That's okay. I'm also mostly upbeat, and I get my exercise so I can serve you and my friends and be a support system. So you're going to have ups and downs. It's healthy. It's normal. Okay. Please feel how you feel. And be aware of how you're feeling and saying, am I feeling this way because I'm watching too much news, or I'm following people who are panicky or listening to panicky people? Or am I feeling this way just because I'm in a wave of like, this is really confusing or frustrating and scary? Okay, but have the emotions, that's okay. And then we get control of them and say, what can I do? What am I in control of now? You are in control of setting your own routine. If you shower at night normally before school, shower at night. If you shower in the morning, look, you can sleep in a little. I'm all about getting your rest. But wait, pick a wake up time, get up, shower. Choose your schedule for your schoolwork. You can control that. You can be virtual online, Zoom, Skype, whatever you want, or DMing and all the different virtual ways you can do that with your friends. You can still study together virtually. You can control that. You can control taking care of your health. As of right now, St. Patrick's Day, you can still go outside and go for a walk. I saw someone on Twitter, a student at a school I had spoken at, and he's like, well, basketball's canceled. He's like, and the gym's canceled. He said, I'm going to become the best driveway basketball player ever. He's going to go out and just shoot hoops and work on his dribbling skills. That's something you can control. That's beautiful. That's part of resilience. Taking action on what you can control. Man, I'm not saying it's easy. My message is never about easy. It's about real. And it's about the gift and the struggle. So you take something from it, you learn from it. So when the next challenge comes, hopefully not a global pandemic, but whatever your challenge is, you have this experience to build upon. That's empowering. And that comes from within. You can probably control also what you're choosing to think about, what you're consuming, not only nutritionally, not only through exercise, but what are you consuming online? Are you how about some TED Talks, podcasts, things that are productive? Man, you may have missed your school play, but you can still sing. You can still practice whatever your musical instrument is. Maybe there's that song you've really struggled with on the guitar. You now have time to do that. Taking action breeds confidence. It breeds success because you feel like you're in control of what you can control. And that is where your power lies. There's a lot of things I can't control either. I can control making a video. This makes me feel fulfilled, like I'm serving. And that makes my heart feel full. Same is true for you. So focus on what you can control. Focus on and pay attention to the helpers, to the people who are calm, to the people who are composed. And if that's not happening within your household, because I know I don't know who you are personally, but I know there's all different households out there. I came from a rough one myself. And if your house is not a calm and peaceful place, you can go outside in nature, go for a walk, clear your head. Do the best you can. Show up and you do the best you can. That's in your control too. Resilient people are able to adapt. Look, this is kind of our new normal. I kind of liken it to, like, I think Thursday and really Friday for me personally, when things started to get canceled, like my speaking engagements, and then the NBA and March Madness, it kind of felt like, my analogy is like we were in a boxing match. And instead of protecting our face, we kind of dropped our hands, and it was like jab, 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 and then like a right hook across the jaw, and March Madness is canceled. And then we tried to come back up, and they fell again, jab, 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 and then I just a punch to the gut, and you lost your breath, like the NBA and states shutting down. And then we're like, okay, I'm up. And then we were fatigued, and we dropped it again, and we jab, 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 and now so many things are canceled. But we weathered those initial blows. We weathered them. We took them, we took them, body blow, jab, jab. We are still in the ring. You might be a little bloodied. You might be a little bruised. That's to be expected. But you are still in the fight. What can you control? You can bob and weave a little bit more. You can punch back. We have to be willing to adapt. We have a new normal right now. And I mean, like right now. I don't know tomorrow, the next week, if schools will come back in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months. I don't know. But we have a new normal. And things will ebb and flow with that because we overcame the initial shock. Now we're like, okay, this is for real. So what can you do with this time? Adapt your schedule. Adapt your mindset. What can you do with it? I'm sure there are people who are going to start creating apps and blogs and online courses and service, being a service to other people because the situation gave them the gift of adaptation and they took it and they ran with it. We have to be willing to adapt. That is what resilient people do. And the fourth piece is the creative piece. I think this is a beautiful time and opportunity to get creative. A few examples. Now we think creative, we automatically might think with writing or music or drawing or painting. Absolutely. I would ask you to go beyond that. So for me, I work out almost every day. I'm all about free fitness, and I exercise outside year round. I live in the Northeast. We have all 4 seasons, and I love it. I love playing in the snow. So I'm outside all the time. I flip tires, I run stairs, I jump rope, I'll sled down a hill, run up and do some push-ups, sled. So I love being creative with my workouts. Maybe that's something you can do. I have some friends right now who their gyms are shut down, and they're like, all right, I'm ready to join you for flipping those tires. So at a safe distance, of course. So you can get creative with your health. Maybe you can get creative with, maybe you're learning how to code. Dive deep into that. Maybe there's a hobby you've been wanting to learn. This is the time to get creative. I am certainly no chef, but I'm thinking what a great opportunity for students and parents to cook together. There is creativity abound right now because you have to adapt to the situation. So when you focus on your perspective, you take control of what you can control, you adapt, and you allow some creative juices to flow because you're in this open mindset where we have time to explore now. That gives you a sense of power, and it comes from within. It can give you a sense of peace and calm in a crazy time. Look, yes, it is what it is. And I would also end with this. And I know this is a long video. We're almost hitting 20 minutes. So if you're still with me or you left and came back, I appreciate it. I told you I'd be honest and real with you because I believe teens deserve that. I think as a teen or a student, you're sick of adults telling you rainbows and kittens, everything's going to be fine. Like every day, not just now. Let's just keep it real. Things are hard. In general, we have challenges. This is a global challenge, but it's the gift as well. It's the gift if you choose to see it for what you can control. And I will finish with two final things. Two things to focus on to help you get out of your head. Get out of your head, get the thoughts out of your head. Two things. One is to practice gratitude. What are you grateful for? Maybe it's the roof over your head. Maybe it's food. Maybe it's good weather. You know, if you live where you have 4 seasons, we have the spring now is starting to warm up, going out for a walk or run or push-ups in your driveway, whatever it is that you can do. Grateful for your health. Grateful that your teachers love and care for you and they're putting those remote online courses together so you can keep learning. There's plenty of things to be grateful for if we choose to see it, and that's where our perspective comes into play. And the final thing is, let me go back a step. When you practice gratitude, when you are grateful, it's very hard to be grateful and fearful at the same time. It's hard to be grateful and have anxiety at the same time. Because when you're grateful, you're pouring the new feelings and emotions into you. And it gives your mental space a break if you're kind of going down that rabbit hole of stress. Doesn't mean you don't have stress, but it gives you a break from it. Now the final thing. I'm a firm believer that when you show up for other people from a place of service, that creates a whole new energy field or vibe around you, not to get like too woo-woo on you. But when you serve others, I think it gives you a sense of more peace and calm. Yeah, it gets you out of your head, but it lets that other person or people know that our collective humanity is showing up for each other, and it brings some joy to your heart. There are all kinds of ways you can be of service to people. This is the way I choose, one of the ways I choose to do it. Maybe if you have a grandparent and you can't visit them, but they're in their house, you can sit on the porch and talk to them through the door so they can see you. Senior citizens they get lonely. You can call them on the phone. Maybe that's how you're showing service. Maybe it's taking the garbage in and out for an elderly neighbor. Maybe for a younger sibling, you help them with their schoolwork. Maybe for your parents, as frustrated as I'm sure everybody is, and we're in close quarters in a home, do the chore. Suck it up. They get frustrated too. Maybe you service with patience. Virtually. Maybe you're a funny person. Man, get online and like tell jokes to your friends. Have your own little stand-up comedy 5-minute set or something. I saw another student a school I spoke at, he had a piano and he had the harmonica around his neck. And instead of panicking, he made this 45-second video on Twitter and played this great song, and it was just beautiful to listen to. He's serving through his music. Those are just a few options of how you can serve, how you can practice gratitude, and keep in mind the 4 things we talked about. Perspective, what you can control, being able to adapt, and being creative in a variety of ways. I hope this serves you. This is the longest video yet, 25 minutes. Hey, thank you for listening and paying attention. Please share this with other students, adults too, but other students who you think could benefit from this, you can reach out to me anytime, whether it's through the YouTube channel that you're seeing this on now. I'm on Instagram at flipyour20, again, 20, flipyour20_. Anytime I speak at a school, I let the students know I personally respond to every direct message that I get. So if I can help you in flipping your 20, or you are flipping your 20, you want to share it with me, I will be your biggest cheerleader. If you just want some advice from someone who's going to be impartial and has your best interest in mind, I'm here for you. Or if you or someone you know is in an unsafe situation, and if you choose to reach out to me, I will make sure that we let your school know so you can get the help that you or your friend might need. Please know, I don't know what situation you're in at home, but I want to share this with you. You are valuable, you are deserving of love, and you matter. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, be kind to one another. Be well. Peace.